Good morning, everyone. I'm Stephanie Giles, and I serve on the Green Committee. We are excited to kick off our first Green Week ever. If you haven't already registered for the other Green webinars this week, be sure to do so because we will be randomly selecting a prize winner at each webinar. Additionally, if you attend all 4 webinars this week, you will be entered into the grand prize drawing for a Google Nest smart thermostat. So be sure to sign up and attend throughout the week. Now let's get started with our guest speaker, Eileen Oldroyd. They don't call her Green Eileen for no reason. Eileen is the broker and owner of Oldroyd Realty in Mission Viejo, California. She currently serves Women's Council of Realtors as the 2021 National Liaison for the Eastern Region and is CAR Director and NAR Director and appointed member of the NAR's Green Advisory Board and was the 2020 chair of NAR Sustainability Advisory Group. If you have any questions for Eileen, please put them in the Q&A box. Take it away, Eileen.
Hey, thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate that really nice introduction, and welcome to the Green Committee, my favorite committee. I joined, that was the first organized real estate committee that I joined. At the time, it was a task force to find out if it was valid, and not the valid, but to find out if it had enough substance to become a committee. And Jan Showmaker was the chair back then, and we established ourselves. There was definite need at our association, and Orange County Realtors has kind of led the way. And during Green Week, we're going to be doing the green designation, and that was something that was revolutionary for Orange County Realtors. So I was just proud to be, very, very proud to be a part of it. So thank you so much, Stephanie. So everyone, I am Green Eileen, and I'm kicking off Green Week to talk about how to get green by being green. You don't necessarily have to be like dark green like me, but you can definitely have accents of green and add it to your business and to your toolbox. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. There's my screen. Thank you very much. And you can ask questions throughout the program. I'm looking at the chat here. Let me see what I see. Let me see what I can see in the chat. There we go. Aw, Dave Stefanides is here. Best AE ever. So you can ask questions as we go through this. I like it to be an interactive type of program. And so we're going to be together for about an hour today. So I like to make it interesting. So rather than hold the questions till the very end, I may not keep your attention. So I'd like to have questions throughout. So feel free to put them in the chat, and hopefully I will see them, but we'll also have Stephanie and Sabrina and Elsie by my side, my wing women to help me with this. So I want to tell you, hold on a second. Let me there we go. Okay, here we are. There we are. I got to move you over here. So this is my secret husband over here on the left. That's Mr. Terry. He's always fixing something. In fact, right now he's probably, he's probably working in the yard. He's either working on his motorcycle, cleaning a toilet. You know, he's this handy guy. And those are my two Boston Terriers, Elmer and Boo. Boo obviously is very, very patient, very patient. Oops, I need to go the other way. There we go. There we go. Now I have a new addition. So besides Boo and Elmer, I have Milo. So that's my new puppy, Milo. So Terry and I are celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary, and he decided to present me with a puppy. I was telling the girls earlier, nothing says love like a puppy. So we're super excited to have this new addition, Milo, to the clan, to Elmer the dictator's a new minion. So cute. So let's do next. Okay, so here's the dealio. When it comes to being a real estate professional, and I always say there's a difference between a real estate agent and a real estate professional. And you, just by being here and working on your education, you are a real estate professional. But what does it take to be a real estate rock star? And that is really knowing what the future is of real estate. And even though I've been saying this for the past 5 years, green is definitely the future of real estate when it comes to lowering your energy bills, when it comes to having a nice, durable home, a home that has good indoor air quality. Because look at this, we are spending a lot of time indoors and we're being really hard on our houses. And I hear that home warranty companies are getting a lot of calls because of how much our homes are just kind of like falling apart around us. So that's part of what you're going to learn today is how to have a healthy home inside. And since we're spending 90% of our time in here, and how you can take this knowledge and give it to your client base and look like a rock star. So better than a real estate agent, better than a real estate professional, somebody that actually brings great value to your clients. So we have a lot of bad guys out there. We have a lot of, I love superheroes, by the way. I love superheroes. They're my, I think that all questions to life, all answers to life's questions, I could put that together, come in superhero movies and they come in Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Just my own personal philosophy. And so there's a lot of people out there that are kind of encroaching on our market share. We have a lot of iBuyers. We have a lot of different technology models. We have case. What's the word I'm looking for? When they have a bunch of people that get together and make a big court case against you. I'll think of it. You could put it in the chat. So that's what I talk about also when I say interactive experience. I forget a lot of words when I'm teaching, so feel free to jump in there. Class action lawsuit, that's what I'm thinking. Thank you. Thank you, Rana, I appreciate that. Class action lawsuits, and we have the DOJ that's coming after us. We got a lot of bad guys when it comes to our market share. So we really, really need to up our game. I just don't think that you're going to survive if you're an average real estate agent. You really have to bring something new to the table, something valuable to the table. And definitely getting green with Green Eileen will help you with what you got in your toolbox. So here is here it is, you being more than a rock star. You could be a superhero. And trust me, as a green real estate professional, there's many times where I have become the hero with my clients. And for instance, I get a lot of questions about, should I get solar on my house? And so I ask them a lot of questions, and when it comes to the end, they realize like, oh, wow, I don't think that solar is for me. You really saved me a lot of money. I really appreciate that. Or they say, you know what, I need to do more research about solar to make sure it's the right system for me. So this is what I mean, the value that you bring to the table. And I always feel that with being a real estate professional, know your niche. It doesn't have to be a green niche, but maybe it's luxury, maybe it's condos, maybe it's accessory dwelling units, maybe it is horse property. I would definitely get a niche in real estate. Of course, I want it to be green because we could save the world one transaction at a time. But find out what you're passionate about and do that. Trust me, it'll make you a real estate rock star. So pop quiz, I love pop quizzes. What are the first 5 words of the Realtor Code of Ethics? Does anybody know? Can anybody put that in the chat? I won't make you suffer very long. It is, under all is the land. Those are the first 5 words of our Realtor Preamble Code of Ethics. That's pretty powerful, don't you think? Under all is the land. This is where it starts. And we have a lot of bad guys, like Mother Nature, right? Mother Nature that is encroaching on our stock, on our product. We have fire, flood, hurricane, tornado, earthquake, volcano, all are wiping out our product of what we sell on a daily basis. And the National Association of Realtors is taking a really good look at how we can make not only our homes be able to withstand our local natural disasters, but also our communities. So they have the Sustainability Advisory Group, and last year I had the pleasure of being the chair, where we took a look at how the heck can we help our communities withstand a natural disaster or rebuild quickly afterwards. And they're putting together this 10-year climate change action plan. And they hired a professional. They're putting a lot of money into this. And so if you look at, this is 2018, this is where all the natural disasters took place. In the past 5 years, 17 of the natural disasters are the most expensive in history, especially with FEMA. And we think about this. Oh, we may have FEMA help us out to prepare from a natural disaster. So FEMA should be like the last case scenario. We need to protect ourselves. And if you look at this map, I got to move my slide here. Do I have the stats? Let me see if I have this stat. There we go. This is where the most expensive counties are with the highest risk of natural disaster. San Bernardino County being number one. Check that out. Like Riverside County, we're talking right in our own backyard. But here it is. This is what I was looking for. So this right here, the safest place to live in the United States when it comes to avoiding a natural disaster is Las Vegas. I don't know how, but they're not talking about moving to Vegas. I know there's this talk about migration out of California. I think they're going to like Idaho, Colorado, Texas, Oregon. Nobody's moving to Vegas because it's hot. It's hot. And they don't have a lot of water there. Well, we don't have a lot of water here either. But hey, if you want to avoid natural disaster, think about Vegas. Next. Okay. So is it just NAR that is talking about putting green in your toolbox to be on the forefront of our industry? Actually, no. So we have, let's see here. We have Alex, where are they from? I think this is RIS Media. So Alexis Peterson talks about the 6 real estate specialties that are most profitable. And check it out, RIS Media, going green or eco-friendly. So if you want to affect your pocketbook, green is one of the 6, according to RIS Media. Forbes magazine, according to Forbes, homebuyers want more sustainable features like energy efficient appliances, windows, homes that can withstand not abuse. That's probably the wrong word. Well, actually, I'm holding a puppy right now. By the way, here's the puppy. He came into my lap. So there you go. There's little Milo. If you're recording this, you can go back to that so you can see a little Milo as he's biting my hand. They're very bitey for puppies. So even Forbes magazine is telling us that knowing about sustainability and green and well-built homes is what our public is looking for. Even NAR has done great studies. Dr. Jessica from the economics department, she puts together a great survey of what buyers are looking for. If you want a wonderful program to bring, I highly recommend bringing Dr. Jessica to talk about what they're looking for. So keep that in mind. Okay, so let's get to the meat. So I've done my introduction for the past 10, 15 minutes. So now let's get to, all right, Eileen, thank you so much for that background, but I really want to know what I need to do as a real estate professional. Time is money. So the first thing we're going to talk about is water. This is what I'm going to be covering here are things that you need to know, easy things. You don't have to know all of it, but I'd suggest getting a pencil and paper, taking screenshots, so you can go back here and start having these discussions with your clients. The first one is water, drought tolerant landscaping. Like we all know that when it comes to buying and selling a home, if you could just put turf out, it's cheap and cheerful, as my husband says. Cheap and cheerful to have green grass. And this is a decent amount of curb appeal. Not great. I mean, it's okay. But what if your front looked like that? oh my gosh, there's no grass here. You could throw away that lawnmower that is spewing out gas, or you have to plug in to charge it, your electrical lawnmower, and you could have drought tolerant landscaping. Doesn't that look great? And 75% of your water usage is residential landscaping. And water is getting kind of expensive. Water goes up every year, the price of water. It's getting to be up there with electricity when it comes to the total cost of living in a home, because it's more than just your mortgage payment. Okay, my husband just shut the door, so I need the dogs to escape. So excuse me. This is terrible. This is like speaker 101. Shut the, even though we're in COVID, we still have rules that we need to adhere to. So I'm breaking that rule right now because my dogs are barking. So let's go to the next slide. So you can see, here we go. So here's another corner in Huntington Beach. It's okay, it doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look great. Hey, look at all of that beautiful drought tolerant landscaping. And I know what you're thinking. What you're thinking is that that looks a little sparse, right? It looks a little sparse. Well, here it is like a year later. Isn't it beautiful? And I'm looking at these plants. A lot of these plants are actually California native plants. Now, you can do drought tolerant landscaping. I highly recommend it. But if you could take it up a notch, like if you could be a horticultural rock star, definitely consider California native plants. Why? Well, first of all, a lot of drought tolerant landscaping actually comes from other countries, and they're invasive species, and they don't care for the butterflies, the hummingbirds, the bees very well because they're not native to California. But California plants know the soil. They know they do really well with the local bugs and bees and birds. So it's actually a benefit. So this house right here, this is actually my house. So this is a year ago, we decided that we wanted to get rid of our lawn. And this was the deal. So Mr. Terry, as you see, he's a very handy kind of guy, and he loved mowing the lawn every weekend. And I said, when that lawnmower dies, we're going to California native plants. But Mr. Terry's handy, and he made that lawnmower last forever. Made me very upset. but finally it died, and we got rid of it. So this is the project that we did, and we got together with the Santa Margarita Water District, who's our local water district, and they had a rebate, $3 per square foot of getting rid of your turf. So we actually got a rebate check of $1,600 back from the water company because we got rid of all of our turf. So that is before, and this is after. I mean, I think it looks pretty good. This is before. And this is after. And once again, it's looking a little sparse, isn't it? So we're looking a little sparse. But a few months later, this is what it looked like. And this right here, I hope you can see my cursor. This is called a butterfly weed, milkweed. And this attracts monarch butterflies. We have one over here as well. We have a different species here. And do you know that we've attracted monarch butterflies all year round? Monarch butterflies are a migratory species. They go from Mexico all the way to Canada, and they need food. They need food along the way. And this is one of the few plants that they actually eat. So I highly recommend planting milkweed in your yard so you give them food. The other thing I found out, and this is actually, I took this picture 2 days ago. So this is a year later. This is what it looks like. And there's the milkweed right there. It's looking a little bare, by the way, because they really eat it a lot. But here's the other thing. Do you know that there are 5 species of bees that visit our garden because we have all California natives in our yard? Well, I take that back. 90% of California natives. So we've had visits from hummingbirds, from lizards, from 5 species of bees. We have these drone flies. There's flies that pollinate. So it's like this really fascinating ecosystem that we've created in our garden. So can I tell you the plants that we have? Like this is salvia here. This is a salvia plant. This over here is Mexican primrose, which is a very prolific plant. It just grows along. This is Buddha. There you go. This, I don't know the name of this, but we also, this over here is verbena. So we have verbena and we have sun drops. This is a yellow plant over here that's not flowering yet. So I highly recommend going to Tree of Life Nursery in San Juan Capistrano on Ortega, and just seeing their demonstration garden, that you can see how many plants that flower that are not cactus that they have, and that you can increase the curb appeal of your property and reduce your water use that you have as well. This is a little side strip here. So this is a little side strip, and you're probably thinking, oh, you know, there's probably not a lot of water that this side strip does, but here it is after. Isn't that beautiful? So here's the other thing about what drought tolerant and California natives is that we haven't watered our garden since November. And it looks like that. It's flowering, it's beautiful. Since November, we turned off our sprinklers. So you don't have to necessarily water anything in order for them to flower. You just have to know the plants that know the soil. And if you go to Tree of Life Nursery, you can start getting that education. So what else do you need to know about water? So here it is, Santa Margarita Water District. Yes, Robert says reduce water and maintenance costs as well. I don't have to fix that dang lawnmower anymore. We don't have to pay for parts for that thing. Don't have to pay for gas for it. Not polluting the environment. We also don't have any pesticides. We don't use any pesticides. We don't use any fertilizer. It is letting nature take its course. So Santa Margarita Water District, or up here, Be Water Wise, because a lot of us come from different water companies. Catherine's saying Molten Nagel has that program as well. You go there to find out how to get started with the turf removal. But here's the thing, they don't give away money for free. And your local water district may layer an extra $1. So Be Water Wise starts with $2, but my water district had an extra $1. They actually had an extra 30 cents for each drip sprinkler head I had with my drip system. So that's how we were able to get $1,600 back. Did it take care of all the costs? Absolutely not. No. But did it take care of the majority of costs, or did it take away a lot, defray some of the costs? Absolutely. So you have to make sure when you are going through this process, and it takes about 3 months to do, that you have California friendly plants, at least one per 100 square feet, that you have a stormwater retention system and it's really easy. They give you ideas on how to do it. Like you can build a berm around a plant, around a tree. You can put rocks, a rock garden. You need to make sure that you have permeable hardscapes that allow the water to flow through the surface, like we have decomposed granite and we have bark. And also you need to make sure that you're using a drip system and not a spray system when it comes to the sprinklers. My water district actually had a designer for free that helped us with choosing the plants and choosing the layout. So once again, they give you all these tools to help you set you up for success. Like Stephanie was talking about in my bio, I'm part of Women's Council, and we love to set people up for success to make sure that they can do it. So look into your water district, do that information. They even have landscaping classes. I mean, it's like really, because we import 90% of our water here in Southern California, that means it's coming from Northern California, it's coming from the Colorado. That's expensive. So you think about why your water bills are going up, is because it takes a lot of energy to move water. Water's heavy. Trust me, I'm in my mid 50s and I'm going through menopause, and I definitely, my weight fluctuates depending on how much water I'm retaining. So if you are having issues with your water bill, get rid of your landscaping. And how pretty can it be? So thank you, Jay. She just put the Santa Margarita Water District in there. Thank you. And Sergio says, these rebates are great. Let your clients know not to remove any grass before approval. Yes, that's true. So you need to have some type of turf in your front yard in order to be eligible for the rebate. It just can't be bare dirt. It needs to have something there, meaning something to remove in order to be eligible. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Pool pumps. Besides the HVAC system, so your air conditioning and heating is the number one drain on your electricity bill. Number two is your pool pump. And there are a lot of people out there that have a dual speed pool pump on their pool equipment. But I say get rid of it and get a variable speed pool pump, which one that has 8 speeds, 12 speeds, one that you can adjust depending on the weather and the temperature and how much sun hits your pool. We took advantage of this rebate to get a variable speed pool pump. It was $850 because, of course, my husband's researched it and got it on eBay, and so he got a really good deal on it. And after we installed it, our electricity bill went down $75 a month. Think about that. $75 a month, because a lot of times people will think, well, I need to put solar on my house in order to make my electricity bill go down. Well, solar costs $10,000 to $20,000. A pool pump costs $850. We got a $200 rebate, and we started saving $75 a month. The amount of energy it took to run that pool pump for 8 hours was the amount of having a 100-watt light bulb. No joke. So if clients are coming to you and they say, I want to reduce my electricity bill, the first thing you need to ask them is, well, the second thing. The first thing you need to ask them is, have they right-sized their appliances? The second thing is, do you have a pool? And do you have a variable speed pool pump? And if you don't, get $200 back, because that paid for itself in 6 months. In 6 months, it paid for itself. So what do we learn in water? We learned drought-tolerant landscaping. California native species are better. Going to Tree of Life Nursery. You could also go to Green Thumb Nursery, which is right here in Lake Forest. What's great about Green Thumb Nursery is they have master landscapers or master gardeners on staff, and you can buy a gift card of $500 from Green Thumb, and they will give you plans for your lawn or your backyard or front yard as well. So that's a great resource for you. Just say, I don't know what to do. I don't know what plants. Go to Green Thumb, spend $500, and they give you those plants for free. And trust me, you will be spending at least $500 if you're redoing your front yard. Pool pumps, get that rebate. Make sure that they're doing the variable speed pool pump. There are only certain pool pumps that qualify. So make sure you do that research on Southern California Edison or your local water district. And also rebates that are available as well. So spend some time on those websites and find out what rebates are available. Yes, you might qualify for free solar with the government. I do have that as another slide. So let's talk about cleaning the air. So the air that we breathe, we spend 90% of our time indoors. 90%, that's a lot. And is our indoor air quality better than outdoor air quality? And the answer is no, it's worse. Well, right now, especially, the air is so clean because nobody's driving. We don't have the big trucks going. We don't have our vehicles going. So the air is like probably the best we'll ever see in decades, absolute decades. So asthma is on the rise. Asthma has been on the rise for the last 20 years, and we're talking adult asthma and children's asthma. More of us are coming down with asthma. Studies have shown that it is directly related to indoor air quality. Where is the bad indoor air quality? It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's in every bedroom. If you have pets, you have compromised indoor air quality. Your attic, You have dust in the attic, you have little creatures that are in your attic, you have pollen that you're tracking in from outside, you have chemicals in your house, in your garage that you're using with your cleaning products, air fresheners. Yes, air fresheners are affecting your indoor air quality. You may think that your little Airwick air scents are making your house smell good, and they are, but they're not good for your lungs because they've got toxins in there as well. The number one thing that affects your air quality is water, moisture, mold, those kinds of issues, from leaky faucets, from moisture that is from your washing machine, from your dryer. If you don't have your dryer that is exiting your exhaust fan properly, all that humidity is in your attic and it's causing mold and mildew. So that's your number one offender. So what do we do? Oh my gosh, what do we do? So the first thing you need to know when it comes to good indoor air quality is your air conditioner, your HVAC system. That needs to be a closed system, meaning that when it comes to your ducting, that there's no leaks, there's no holes, that it's completely a system that is enclosed, like your circulatory system, like the blood that's running through your body. That when you get a cut and you start bleeding, sounds kind of morbid, but I don't mean it that way. That bad things get in your body, bacteria, viruses. Okay, so when you have a gap in your duct system, bad things get in there, like dust, pollen, think about things that are in your attic, little guests that are not guests, like, things that leave things behind, like droppings, etc. If you have your duct system in your attic and you have a hole in there, you're breathing that in. So you want to make sure it's a closed system. The other benefit of having it as a closed system is that the air that you're paying for, the air conditioning that you're paying for, the heating that you're paying for, isn't being released into the attic. You're not living in the attic. You're living down, in your home. So you need to have that a closed system. Lots of times people will save money on their energy bill just by sealing up their ducting and insulating their ducting. That alone will help them save money. Let's think of the philosophy on that. If you're air conditioning your home, it's leaving, let's say, 58 degrees from your condenser, 58-degree room, your living room, your bedroom, wherever that you're air conditioning. If you have gaps and holes and you don't have insulated ducting, that means that it's probably maybe 64 degrees when it reaches your room that you're in. It's going to take a lot longer to cool down that space. A lot longer means that you're spending more to cool down or heat that space. Why wouldn't you close the system? It's logic. It's called building science. And if you're taking the green designation, you'll learn all about building science. So here is a very unfocused slide on what a closed system should look like. And one thing I want to bring to your attention to is where the pipes enter the home. This is obviously a basement because it's cinder block, but see these pipes that are enter the home. These two need to be sealed. That it's more than just the system that needs to be closed. It's the pipes that enter your home that need to be closed too. Because yes, little critters and things can get in and out of these pipes, but this is where you might be losing your air conditioned air, is through these pipes. And when you talk about how homes actually breathe, they're under pressure throughout the day. They're under positive pressure and negative pressure. And when you feel a draft in your home, that's that negative pressure and positive pressure working. Once again, building science. So when you close these little holes all over the place, you remove the draft and you start saving energy because it doesn't take as long to cool a home or to heat a home. Logic. Okay, let's talk about rebates. So rebates from a smart thermostat. In fact, if you attend any of these sessions during Green Week, you will be eligible to win a smart thermostat. So definitely attend as many of the sessions that you can, so you can have more eligibility to win a thermostat. I highly recommend smart thermostats. I highly recommend Google Home and Alexa to help you monitor your home. Because if you want to get really nerdy, because there's a group called the Nerdy Realtors, and my part of the Nerdy Realtors, the Green Nerdy, I'm sure that doesn't surprise you at all. So these will definitely help you save money on your home, because when you're not there, you don't need to heat it, you don't need to cool it. But when you're coming home, you want to come home to a comfortable home. So you could start heating it before you, cooling it or heating it before you come home. Maybe you're running late, or maybe you're running early, whatever it is, you can monitor it from your phone. I highly, highly recommend it. And they're smart. They learn your habits throughout the day. We had a second home for years in Sedona, Arizona, and we would monitor when we had guests that were staying there, we would monitor their habits. Kind of big brother, I know, but when they weren't there, there was no reason to be cooling that house. There was no reason to be heating that house. Highly recommend smart thermostats. Let's move on to another issue, like I mentioned earlier, when it comes to health of a home. Mold, mildew. Is all mold bad? No, not all mold is bad, because some mold makes blue cheese, and I love blue cheese. One of my favorite cheeses is Stinton. Love it. But when it comes to mold in your lungs, yeah, that's pretty bad. How do you find out if you actually have mold in your home? Well, one way is to use your nose. You might be able to smell it, and you might be able to smell that you have must and mildew. You need to get that checked out. There's a great company that's an affiliate that will help you find if you have issues in your home, or you can go to this company, Mysometrics. Mysometrics is really simple to use. You grab a Swiffer, little Swiffer pad that doesn't have any scent in it, an unscented Swiffer pad. You go to an area that's really dusty in the home. You put the pad in that dust, rub it around a little bit, put it in a plastic bag, send it to this company, and for like $55, they give you this report and will tell you how much mold and what kind of mold you have in your home, and then you can remediate it. Remediate it may be really simple, like making sure that that faucet's not leaking anymore, making sure that the toilet is sealed. There's very simple ways that you can remediate mold. It doesn't necessarily mean you're taking out the drywall and heating it up with fans to get rid of mold. But one thing about mold, unless you take care of the problem, the source, you will always have it. You have to get rid of the source. And this is where professionals come in. So definitely think about that particular company, Mysometrics, to tell you what kind of, if you have a lot of mold in your house, but talk with professionals to help you remediate the source. Okay, so Merv. Now, for those of us that are from my generation, the 50s and older, we know who Merv Griffin is. He was the talk show host that was the predecessor of Oprah. But when I talk about Merv, minimal efficiency reporting value, I mean air filters. Green Home Solutions, thank you, Stephanie. Green Home Solutions, they're really great, and they're a very supportive affiliate of Orange County Realtors. I highly recommend that you put them in your arsenal of professional providers, just like your title company, your escrow company, your termite company. These are people that you need to have on your list. A great source. Air filters. Change your air filters. How often should I change my air filter? Well, you need to change your air filter as often as you need to. For some people, that's once every 90 days. For some people, that's once every 6 months. For other people, that's when you have 3 Boston Terriers and you like to keep the windows open, that might be once a month. But consider using a MERV filter that gets out a lot of pollutants. More pollutants than the cheap $4.99 air filter that you get at Home Depot. Just slap it in there. So this is something that actually helps with things like viruses going through your home, small microbes that need to be cleaned and filtered out. The downside of MERV is that it takes a lot of pressure to clean the air through a MERV filter. So your energy bill may stay the same if you're using a MERV filter. I can't say that. It may stay the same. Let's just say it takes a lot more energy to use a MERV filter than a less expensive filter. But think of how you are increasing your health when you're using a really, really good filter. It's worth it. You know, my mom, when I was young, she said, when you, at least you have your health. I never understood that until I started getting into my late 40s and early 50s. It was like, you know what? I understand now why your health is so important, because some things are irreversible. You know, some diseases are irreversible. And so a MERV filter is what we have in our house. And I know that I'm breathing clean air while I'm inside because I'm spending so much time indoors. So make the investment. Okay, another choice here. Oh, by the way, there's the housewarming gift alert. That would be a really good housewarming gift. One thing that we talk about with as a real estate professional is that we want to keep in touch with our clients. Brian Buffini is a great example of doing a pop by. So doing a pop by, and you do like the cute little Valentine's Day or St. Patrick's Day pop bys just to stay in front of your client. Well, how about airfiltersdelivered.com that will deliver an air filter once a month or once every 3 months to your clients? And what a great way to say, I'm thinking about you, but I'm also thinking about your health as well. And it's a set it and forget it. It's one of those things. It just arrives, and then your clients will say, "Oh my God, you know, I can't believe that Sylvia is, you know, sending me an air filter, and how sweet that she knows exactly the air filter that I need." Isn't that a great idea? I think it's a great idea. Set it and forget it. What about air cleaners? Yes, air cleaners are another great gift you can give your clients or give yourself. A lot of people keep the air filter in their office where they're at all day, or they can keep it. Air cleaner. There's a difference between an air filter and an air cleaner. They keep it by their bed. People sleep much better at night when they have nice clean air next to their head. In fact, I need to stop putting my phone next to my bed. I hear something about electromagnetic field with your phone and your iPad, but you know, that's what it's like when you're a real estate professional. You got to be connected. So what do you need to know about an air cleaner? Is that it needs to be certified by the clean air delivery rate tested. What is that? CAD, I think it's called. But also that it cleans a certain amount of air per hour. Not all air cleaners are made the same. You need to do your research on that. Of course, it helps if it's Energy Star rated, meaning that it saves a lot of electricity, that it's a very efficient machine. But air cleaners do work. I've got a lot of positive feedback about having an air cleaner inside a small space, or get a bigger one for a bigger space. You have to make sure that the air cleaner matches the space that you're in. But gee, Eileen, those are kind of expensive to give as housewarming gifts. Is there something that's a little bit less expensive? Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. Plants. Plants are great natural air cleaners, and they humidify the air as well. Don't overwater them. You don't want to create mold like we were talking about early. It's all about balance. So thank you, Ben. He says, put your phone on airplane mode when you go to bed. Thank you. I appreciate that. Great advice. So there are certain plants that actually get rid of certain toxins in the air, like benzene, formaldehyde, other volatile organic compounds. We call them affectionately VOCs in the industry. So you could definitely get some great plants to put in as a housewarming gift, or put in your own home to your clients. These are the ones that we suggest. They definitely get out certain toxins. Do I have it here? I don't have it here. I'm trying to find this site on nar.realtor that gives you specific plants for specific VOCs. When I find it, I'll put that in my presentation so you could see, but these are the ones I would start with. Screenshot it. I'm pausing while you screenshot, take a picture. Okay. Other great housewarming gifts you can give are a basket of green cleaning products, especially for for first-time home buyers. And what you're saying, I care about your health by giving you a selection of green cleaning products. Great housewarming gift. The other thing you can do, you can be really creative. You can create your own line of cleaning products because you'll be amazed if you go on Pinterest and type in baking soda vinegar cleaning products, all these recipes that you'll get of what you can clean your house with: Epsom salts, vinegar, lemon, baking soda. They have all these different recipes. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. Do experiment, because I put way too much vinegar and one of my cleaning products on my house smelled. It was awful. But also invest in essential oils. So I was talking about earlier how the Airwick air fresheners, which is a misnomer, actually release toxins, and they do. A lot of candles release toxins in the air. Essential oils, you can get these diffusers that will put scent into the air with essential oils that actually are helping you with your health as well. Like lavender is a great all-around essential oil, which is like an anti-inflammatory, an anti-this, an anti-that. There's also a great one called Thieves from what is it? I think it's Young Living, or is it doTERRA? I'm not sure, but it's one that helps with your immune system. So do a little research on great essential oils, and it needs to be essential oils, not oils that smell like cinnamon, but actually cinnamon oil, and put these in diffusers to help clean the air. Stephanie says, as part of a closing gift that you plan for a buyer. Great. Yes, doTERRA, a great company. Yes, doTERRA, Young Living. There's also another company called White Lotus Aromatics. They're out of the Pacific Northwest that sells essential oils wholesale. So you do need to spend $100 in order to get their great pricing, but this guy travels all around the world and he picks up oils from India, from Asia, from Africa, from South America, brings them home and he distributes them. So White Lotus Aromatics is another company you could look into. It's great stuff. All right, you want to level up your nerddom? You can give them an actual air sensor. So this is something that measures the air to see how much carbon monoxide's in the air, if there's any radon in there, how much humidity. So you can give this as a housewarming gift too. So I personally have never given an air sensor as a housewarming gift. I'm just putting it out there, depending on how nerdy your clients are. But you know, have it connect to Alexa, have it connect to Google Home, and you could tell them that you need to open a window. You need to you have a little too many bad things in your air. Why not? Why not? Look into it. It's kind of fun. Go on Amazon.com and do some research. Okay, so what did we talk about? We talked about a lot when it came to air. I do a program called Breathe Easy where we dig a little bit deeper into air quality. We talked about house plants. We talked about air filters, rebates, non-toxic cleaners, air cleaners, and air sensors with this whole big topic about the importance of indoor air quality. So what's next? Take a breath. Gonna change gears. Next is the sun. Solar. I'm not going to talk too much about solar. You know, it's really interesting. It's even though I'm Green Eileen, I know enough to be dangerous with solar because I'm a big believer that you need to take care of your home first, get rid of all of those drafts and leaks that I was talking about earlier with indoor air quality. Make sure that your house is well insulated. Right size your appliances, right size your fridge, get rid of that old fridge, that party fridge that's in the garage. Sometimes the electricity company will give you a $50 rebate to get rid of an old fridge. right size your air conditioner so it is the right appliance that's running the most effectively. Make sure you have the right, there we go, change out your light bulbs for LED light bulbs, use power strips that power off when you don't need them. There's so many things that you can do to your home. Insulate the walls, blow in insulation in the attic, radiant barrier on your roof to reduce your energy bill. We put a radiant barrier on our roof 2 years ago, and it keeps our house warmer longer in the winter and cooler longer in the summer, so we're not needing our air conditioner as much. Do all of those things before, and the variable speed pool pump before you put solar on your home. The other question you need to ask yourself when you put solar on your home is, how long will you live there? Are you going to live there long enough to get a good return on your investment? Just recently in a transaction where they just put solar on in May, they're selling their home, and it's a lease, it's not purchase, it's a lease, and they won't be able to buy out the system for another 5 years. So it's 5 years mandatory lease before they could actually buy it. So the person who's purchasing the home is like, well, how much is the system going to be? I don't know. We can't answer that question for 5 years. There was a lot of unanswered questions, and it actually reduced the value of the home. They reduced the home, I think it was $40,000, and they paid for 5 years prepaid leases. That was about $13,500. So not doing the proper research on solar actually costs them a lot of money. So you need to make sure that when your clients are doing their solar research, or that they want to put solar on their home, that they're doing the right research. That is the best advice to give. Tax rebates. So the tax rebates from the federal government will be going down. I think there was a pause during COVID, but eventually there will be no more rebates. So this is the time to take advantage of them. If they're thinking about putting solar and they've done their research, then yes, you need to know that the rebates will be slowly going away. There won't be as many. There is a company called Pick My Solar. Once again, a bad graphic right there. Pick My Solar. There we go. Claire says tax rebates do not work for many people. If you already have a lot of deductions, there you go. That's great. That's great information. 26% for 2 more years. Thank you. Thank you, Robert. So there's a lot of information out there. How do you know what's right for you? Pick My Solar, double-edged sword. You get a lot of information, but you get a lot of information. You're signing up for solar companies to contact you. So it's kind of like when your listing goes expired and those home buyers get those phone calls, that's kind of what's going to happen. But at least you can do a lot of research. You know, it's coming to you versus you having to go to them. So Pick My Solar is, like I say, a double-edged sword. This is what we were talking about earlier. If you, especially in LA County, but this is available in Ventura County, Orange County. I'm not sure about Riverside and San Bernardino. But if you are a low income, fixed income family, all the way from young to senior citizens, you may be able to get solar for free on your home. So you do need to do the research. You have to make sure. There we go. Robert says, I'm an affiliate with Orange County Realtors, solarforcauses.com. Oh, we'll look into that. Thank you, Robert. So there is this availability. Once again, do your research to see if a family on a fixed income would qualify for free solar. Because, you know, going green is not for just the wealthy among us. It's for all of us. All of us deserve to be in draft-free, well-built, well air-conditioned, good indoor air quality homes. And we want to make sure that it's available to everybody. Here's another information source for you. Not all roofs are made the same. And Project Sunroof is a website that you can go to see how much sun hits your roof. Kind of cool. Not everyone has a south facing roof where you can get sun all day long. So I would have your clients start here. Go to Project Sunroof and see how much sun actually hits your roof. Some people will have a tree that shades their roof for a large amount of time. Should I cut down my tree in order to get solar? No. That was my visceral reaction. No, don't cut down a tree. It needs to make sense whether or not you remove a tree in order to get good solar power, because a tree is actually a free green feature because it's shading your roof throughout the summer if it's in the right, in the right location. But actually a tree is a free green feature. Think about that. Think about that. Do you need to cut down a tree in order to put solar? Maybe not. Maybe just keep the tree there to keep the roof cool. Okay. So when we talk about sun, we talked about Project Sunroof, going there first to see how much sun your roof actually gets. Solar incentives for homes that are on fixed incomes or lower income, and also rebates that are available. That's what you need to know. And the other thing you need to know is do your research, do your research, do your research. Ask the questions, why are you putting solar on the home? Is a power purchase agreement better for you? Is buying better for you? Is leasing better for you? Lots of questions before you answer yes to that person that's knocking on your door that's selling you solar, or in Home Depot that's selling you solar. Ask the question, ask the question, ask the question. Research, research, research. Okay, now, we only have a few more minutes together. I went way over. So 3 more minutes. Let me finish this up quickly. Whenever you have green features in a home, put it on the MLS, put it on the MLS, put it on the MLS. Because not only for your looking like a rock star realtor, is also for your appraiser to get as much money out of the home as possible. If you have documentation, include the documentation in the supplement section. Very, very, very important. Read the HERS manual. That is a required EPUB on every transaction. Read it. It's only 13 pages. You'll learn a lot about how you can audit homes and get them green certified. Green Point rated and Pearl certification. Pearl certification is an affiliate of Orange County Realtors. They can help you get a home solar certified and put that documentation in the MLS. They could also help you get an existing home, green certified if they have a certain amount of green features. So you don't necessarily have to do improvements to a home in order to get it green certified. It could already be kind of green. And Pearl certification will help you get there and help you have a higher comp because it is green certified. Just saying. Finally, get your green designation. It's offered this week. It's 2 all-day courses. Normally it's a heck of a lot of money, but are we charging any money for the green certification? I don't think so. It's probably no cost or low cost. Free. Sabrina, thank you, Sabrina. Free. Do it. Take time. Get green certified. Add this to your arsenal of what a great real estate professional you are. There's a demand for it. NAR has stats coming out. You saw Forbes magazine, you saw RIS Media. Everyone's talking about green is the future of being a powerful real estate agent. And there's a great deal of, once you become a member of the Green Resource Council at NAR, a great deal of media that they can give to you, postcards, marketing materials, Facebook posts, Instagram posts. It's amazing the benefits you have once you are part of the Green Resource Council and get your green designation. So that's me. Thank you for all the links that are happening that are helping me with my presentation. And because we are in the year of COVID, I have to put my high school picture. That's me in 1985, Troy High School. So props for having the double up collar and no mullet, by the way. So I think that's it. I think that's it for me. If you have any questions, we have 1 minute. We have 1 minute left for questions before we call it a day. But the other presentations that are happening this week, we have one at 2 o'clock, which is healthy housing principles and electrification. Tomorrow at 3 is what realtors need to know about solar. I'll be definitely going to that one. Wednesday and Thursday is the green designation, and Friday at 10, the intangible value of place. So I highly recommend. Thank you everybody for joining us. This was an absolute delight. Orange County Realtors for having me. I really, really appreciate it. And feel free to reach out to me if you have any more questions.
On behalf of the Green Committee, we would like to thank Eileen for sharing her wisdom with us today, and we hope that you all enjoyed this presentation. We have another presentation this afternoon on health housing principles, so be sure to tune in at 2 p.m. See you then.